At 5 a.m., January 2026, near Pokrovsk, a Russian transport truck moves forward the way it always has. Same road, same spacing, same confidence that speed equals safety. It doesn't. From a few meters above the tree line, an FPV drone locks on. No warning siren, no buildup, just a quiet correction and a dive. Range, 300 meters, 200, 100. Impact. The strike doesn't just stop the vehicle, it rewrites the situation. In seconds, movement turns into exposure. Soldiers spill out into open ground, scanning for cover that looks solid on a map but feels thin in real life. A tree line, a ditch, a few steps, then hesitation. That hesitation is the real target. The drone doesn't rush, it holds contact. The camera stays steady. Every step, every pause, every glance back becomes information. The wreck burns, smoke rises, the area grows louder, brighter, easier to see. This isn't a battle at the trench line. No exchange of fire, no breakthrough attempt. The fight is already happening. On the approach. Near Pokrovsk, this scene repeats again and again. Trucks, quad bikes, motorcycles, more than 30 vehicles destroyed without ever reaching contact. Assault waves collapsing before formations even exist. What's happening here isn't about firepower, it's about timing and control. Because once the sky sees you move, it doesn't look away. And what happened next would show that stopping a vehicle is only the beginning. On paper, the Russian adjustment made sense. After early losses near Pokrovsk, commanders broke up large columns. Tanks stayed back. Infantry moved first. Motorcycles, quad bikes, light trucks. The idea was simple. Move faster than drones could react. Short exposure, less risk. But the battlefield had already changed. Ukrainian FPV drones weren't operating as rare strike assets anymore. They were persistent, cheap, disposable, and always in the air. Some watched wide areas from altitude. Others stayed low, rotating in shifts to keep the same roads, tree lines, and field edges under constant view. This wasn't surveillance in bursts. It was continuity. Over days, a living map formed. The same tracks through fields, the same pauses near tree lines, the same hesitation points before open ground. Patterns emerged, and once a pattern existed, speed stopped being protection. Because speed only works if you're unseen. The moment a unit was detected, movement became a countdown. FPVs didn't strike immediately. They held contact. They watched direction, spacing, intent, waiting for the mistake. And dispersion made things worse. A motorcycle team has no backup. A light truck has no buffer. When one element is hit, there's nothing nearby to absorb the shock. Movement collapses into confusion, and confusion creates pauses. Those pauses are lethal. What Russian planners expected was flexibility. What they created was isolation, and from above, that weakness was impossible to miss. The trap doesn't spring at the trench, it starts kilometers out. A light Russian column moves along a familiar route near Pokrovsk. Forest edge on the left, open field on the right. The spacing looks disciplined, far enough apart to limit losses, close enough to keep control. From the ground, it feels quiet. From above, it's already exposed. Ukrainian drones pick up the movement early, not because of speed, because of repetition. The same entry point into the trees, the same bend in the dirt road, the same pause before crossing open ground. The drone doesn't attack, it follows. Direction confirmed, speed measured, spacing logged. One vehicle slows slightly longer than planned. That's enough. Now the countdown starts. FPV teams don't rush, they wait for commitment. The moment when turning back costs as much as going forward. When the unit is fully inside the approach lane. Range, 600 meters, 500, 400. The lead element hesitates near a tree line, just seconds, checking the route, listening. That pause tightens the window. An FPV drops low, fast, almost silent against the background noise. 300 meters, 200. The drone isn't chasing chaos, it's shaping it. The strike hits the lead vehicle, not a tank, a light truck, enough to block movement, enough to force decisions. The column freezes. That's the point of no return. Because now, the unit isn't advancing or retreating. It's reacting. And reaction is slower than planning. Above them, the drones don't lose contact. They wait for what comes next. The explosion is not the end. It's the signal. The moment the lead vehicle burns, the approach collapses into fragments. Soldiers jump clear. Some sprint, others freeze. A few turn back toward the wreck, pulled by instinct, gear, or wounded comrades. From above, every move is cleanly visible. The FPV that struck first climbs just enough to hold the scene in frame. It doesn't rush away. It watches, waiting for patterns to form. They do. 2 soldiers break for the trees. One stumbles. Another stops to look back. That hesitation lasts less than a second. It's enough. A second FPV dives in, lower, faster. Range 150 meters. 150. Impact. No dramatic fireball, just precision. The kind that removes options instead of making noise. Now panic spreads. The group compresses near the tree line. That's where they think cover exists. From the air, it's a funnel. Movement slows, spacing disappears. That's when indirect fire joins the fight. Coordinates pass upward, mortars answer. The first rounds don't land on target. They don't need to. They land close enough to force movement. Soldiers run back into the open, exactly where the drones want them. FPVs return, one by one. Each strike resets the chaos. Each pause tightens the trap. This isn't about destroying everything in one moment. It's about control, holding contact, denying escape, turning time into a weapon. And then the next decision comes. The call for armor. Because when infantry can't move, commanders reach for tanks. That choice changes everything.